I can assure you this, in the 190 plus cities that you have in your organization, there are solutions to every single problem. I don't think this, I know this. There is not a problem that exists, income inequality in society writ large, on healthcare, on energy, on issues associated with economic development, that hasn't been solved by somebody somewhere within these 6 counties. So your ability to take those best practices, take those ideas and scale them is extraordinary.
Cities cannot afford to stand by themselves. The important thing is that we group together as one entity and tell the Sacramento legislature or tell the feds back in Washington, D.C. that here's what we need, and specifically what we need as a region.
I can tell you this, it's been a real joy and it's been an honor for me to work with our partners at SCAG, because it's a bipartisan coalition. At the end of the day, we're all Californians and we're all Americans, and we need to work together to move the ball, to bring the necessary resources to Southern California.
We did approach our congressional delegation as well as senior staff members of the Department of Transportation, explaining how the SCAG region really is the gateway to the rest of the United States. The Fast Lane Grant is extremely important to the SCAG region. Any new source of funding for transportation is certainly something the SCAG's looking forward to. However, I think we approached it the wrong way when the FAST Act was first released. We were not successful getting the funding, and I think that was really caused by the fact that too many of the subregions were in competition with each other. Certainly since then, we learned our lesson, and we got all the CTCs together as well as the member agencies, and we decided that we would approach it from a more regional effort and put together applications that really benefited the region.
People understand municipalities, they understand county government, they understand state and national government. They really don't understand regional government. For this reason, I think it has been important for us to be out there defining what regional government is and why it is so important. Hassan has been so good to be out there. The op-ed pieces that the different officers have been doing, those are all things that lift the level of SCAG's name. We're working with a lot of other regional entities that have to do with transportation and economic development and housing, again, so that people understand regional government is where it's at.
When I became a member of SCAG, I had no idea at first what SCAG was about and what added value was going to be brought back to my city. But soon I realized the opportunities that I had and the amount of money that I would be able to bring back to my community, like active transportation dollars and planning dollars, to move my city in a healthier and more sustainable fashion.
One of the best tools that SCAG has to offer to local communities is the Sustainability Planning Grant. It's a great opportunity for cities across the region to really place a greater focus on planning to achieve their public policy outcomes and create neighborhoods that thrive. In this last year, the City of Long Beach received funding for Destination Uptown, which is an integrated shared vision that aligns mobility, open space, infrastructure into one cohesive plan to create a community for everyone.
So our Go Human event in Palm Desert was right up the street here. We called it Vision San Pablo. And we created a road diet. We put gathering spots, places to sit, places to create art, and it brought people to our city rather than having them pass through our city. It's important to hold these events so that people understand the benefits of riding their bikes, the benefits of walking, to coming out as community, knowing your neighbors, and seeing really how efficient and effective it is to get on your bicycle and go someplace, or to walk a few blocks and get to know your neighborhood better.
It's difficult for any jurisdiction to do everything for everybody, and so then it requires people to build collaborations regionally. And we don't live in isolation. Earthquakes do not live in isolations. Weather systems, there's the commons, more broadly defined.
When we look at what the earthquake will do to us, many people are afraid of dying, which is highly unlikely. And not enough people are afraid of being bankrupted, which is the most likely outcome to the big earthquakes. And the types of problems that are going to happen are the types that can undermine the regional economy. So what I'm trying to do in my partnership with SCAG is help jurisdictions understand the risk that they face, what are the actions they could do that would really change the outcomes and help them devise ways of working with their community to get the support for these types of actions as well.
All of us are going to be spending a lot of time in the future. We can't do a lot about what's happened in the past, but we have an enormous ability and the opportunity to shape the future. And so I'm excited that we're embarking in the strategic plan because we have an ability to dream big, not just only with the regional council and our partners, but with our staff, that where we're gonna be 5 to 10 years from now. And we should have high aspirations.
Biggest risk in life, not that we aim too high and miss it, it's we aim too low and reach it. If you're talking about a strategic plan, it should be about audacity. It should be about the stretch goals. It should be about a quality of imagination, dream a little bit, and get people inspired and recognize that we're living in a world now where our capacity to do extraordinary things in real time avails itself in ways it never has in the past.
How do we prepare the world for a transportation system that's going to be driverless? How do we prepare the world of a public transportation system that's Uber and Lyft model? These are innovative techniques that are not 20 years from now, but they are here now. How do we add value to our member cities through innovation? Innovation is going to impact government more than anything, and I want this agency to be at the forefront of innovative techniques in government.
SCAG has a lot of resources and tools that a lot of times we really don't realize the amazing information that SCAG has to help us become more sustainable, more energy efficient by using information and data to make good policy sound decisions back home in our own cities or in our counties. I believe SCAG is a convener, and so when we have our economic summit or our housing summit, being able to bring 400 or 500 people really just speaks volumes about SCAG and the data that we have and the partners.
I can't tell you how proud we are at Southern California Leadership Council to work with SCAG. We've done good work on protecting middle-class jobs, on transportation, but there's more work to be done. In my remarks today, I tried to make clear we have to find ways in which our economy creates good jobs for young people coming out of school and good jobs for young people coming out of high school.
What's remarkable about SCAG is you understand California is not just one economy, it's many different economies. And the fact is each regional economy has its unique attributes, its unique opportunities. And so from the perspective of bringing people together, building capacity, building partnerships, not just public-private partnerships, but public partnerships. Building capacity with different agencies from different jurisdictions. You recognize that the old adage is true, that if you want to go fast, you can go alone, but if you want to go far, go together.